Welcome back, everybody, to the Have You Heard podcast, the only music podcast where we talk about the music that we've all listened to. I'm Pablo, and we are here with another episode. Just gonna preface this. Sorry about the fucking wait. Big surprise. I forgot. No, in all seriousness, just haven't really found the time to do it. I recorded the last episode probably close to a month ago now. And since then, been a little depressed. Just haven't really wanted to or found the time to record an episode. But I've been listening to today's project almost every day. I mean, not really every day, but for like a week straight, I was listening to this album, I'd say. So, with that out of the way, let's talk about Sunset Tapes, a cool tape story, once I put my phone on silent. There we go. So, the Sunset Tapes, a cool tape story is the third mixtape by American rapper Jaden, formerly known as Jaden Smith. Pardon me. Released on November 17th, 2018. And it was the follow-up to his debut album that we reviewed on the podcast, Sire, which I'm obviously a huge fan of, and I think I made that very clear in my review. His other mixtapes consist of The Cool Cafe, aka Cool Tape Volume 1, and CTV 2, or Cool Tape Volume 2. But this is not, I mean, it kind of is. It's not in the same line as the Cool Tape series, even though it's called a Cool Tape story. It's just, I think that's just Jaden's way of saying this is a mixtape and not an album, because we would later get CTV 3 in 2020 or 2021? 2020. It was 2020. Yeah, much shorter than an album. It's only 36 minutes and 40 seconds, which I rather like, might I just say. What else do I want to say? Yeah, 2018. So a year after Sire came out, roughly. Actually, wait, when did Sire also come out on November 17th? Oh my god, it came out exactly a year later. Like, obviously that was by design, but I just didn't know that. I didn't ever put that together. There was also Sire the Electric album. Let me give a little bit of history, I guess. So Sire comes out. I'm rocking with it, but I'm not really as much into music as I am now. So didn't really, lose my shit. Wasn't really crazy about Jaden yet. And then I remember him saying he had a new project coming called Iris. I was mostly looking forward to that. But wasn't cartoonishly waiting, pressed up against the glass for Jaden to say, hey, it's dropped. I was like, when it drops, and I'll be there. Didn't realize it was going to take 2 years. I mean, I guess I should have figured that out because it's a whole album. But in the meantime, he released the Sunset Tapes and Sire the Electric album, which we also reviewed on the podcast. What season was that? Season 4. We reviewed the Electric album. In case it isn't abundantly clear, I tried to make it a point on the podcast to always, every season, review one Jaden project. Which, I mean, sometimes we were kind of, twisting the narrative of what our seasons were based around. Like the 2016 season, we were like, sure, let's review CTV 2 because it kind of got released in 2016, even though not really. So yeah, we were going to review this project. I don't remember when, but we also had no, we reviewed. Oh, we were gonna have a deluxe album season, so we were gonna review CTV 3. I don't think I ever ran that one by Nathan. I think that was just in my head because I didn't know how good of an idea that would be. Anyway, I'm getting off track here, but this project comes out. I listened to it like once the day it came out, and I was like, wow, that was really good. And then I never listened to it again for like a year maybe, and then I was like, it's actually not really that good. And then I forgot about it until sometime during the pandemic where I was like, I'm going to listen to it again. And I listened to this and the Electric album again because they were both just kind of mad to me. And I was like, okay, I actually really do like this song a lot more than I remember. And, this song actually has some cool moments and this and that and this and that. And now I'm at the point where I'm at right now where I love this album. I just do. Like it's kind of gone full circle. That obviously happens a lot with a lot of albums for me, but I don't know. It feels really different with this album for some reason. This album, it just feels like this album is like so important to me now. Like there's been albums like I'm trying to think of something. Like there's some albums where I listen to it the first time and I'm like whatever, and then I listen to it again and I'm like actually this is a lot better than I remember it being. But then it serves no purpose in my life. I don't really think about it. I don't really care about it. Definitely some. I'm thinking like Man on the Moon 2. I listened to that like the first time I was like it's whatever, and then like the more I listened to it, I was like yeah it's good. But I couldn't tell you the last time I listened to Man on the Moon 2. I like songs, but it's like whatever. I'll get to it when I get to it. But this album, I feel like there's always one song on rotation for me. In a playlist, it's always coming on and I'm always listening to it. Like I'm never skipping it. Sometimes I'll just be like, I just want to listen to this whole album because it's just great. So yeah, let's talk about it. I kind of forget my format because it's been so long. I feel like I did that last episode. But firstly, what I am going to do is take a sip of water. Ah, that's the stuff. Today for dinner, I made myself a pizza and I undercooked it. And now my stomach kind of hurts because I ate a little bit of raw dough. So, that's my life. Anyway, 11 songs long. I would say that this project, I mean, it kind of has a lot of things going on, which I think I've definitely mentioned this before. I feel like for the Sire review, I love that Jaden always does this. He always is, I don't know if this is the right term, but like flipping the envelope, switching things around, like just completely not expecting a lot of things. But I feel like overall, this whole project has this, like this feeling of staring at a sunset. Maybe that's just the placebo of it. But like I'm listening to this and I'm just imagining I'm laying down in bed and I'm teleported to the sunset, the hidden hills, and fucking Jaden Smith is bleeding out next to me, and I'm like, this shit dope. Anyway, good luck with it. And then I just fuck off. That's where I'm feeling, But there's still like a lot of hard hitters on this project too, and there's even a bad song, which we will get to. But overall, this project, a lot of lyrics about relationships. Specifically, you see that on the songs. Clearly some sort of not failing relationship. Well, I guess kind of failing. You see kind of the ups and downs of it. On Soho, you see this couple going around. I guess that's not a very good description. I think I need to review what the fuck I'm saying. Here's the deal. She said she want to go to Soho. She want to go to Paris, and I want a real kimono. So that's definitely what the song is all about, and I definitely don't need to look up the lyrics so I don't embarrass myself on my own show. But you also see the ups of it on songs like Yeah, it was a very sensual, groovy song. This song has definitely done a full 180 for me. I used to think this song was really bad, but just gets me in my feels. I love it so much. And then you kind of see it falling down, the relationship kind of falling down, kind of in a middle area in songs like Play This on a Mountain at Sunset, Distant, Better Things. And then to the point that it's just kind of failing completely by Fallen Part 2 and Rolling Around. Even Distant, I guess. But Distant is kind of it's kind of like, I don't know, like kind of like a breakup song, I feel like. I'm trying to think of a lyric. I feel like Fallen Part 2 is so good. I'm just thinking about it now. I don't even like just the tune. I'm just banging in my head. I feel like I'm not a good. I really notice now that Nathan is not here. I'm really noticing how unchained I am. Like my thought process. Like I could just talk forever. I don't think I've said anything for the past 10 minutes. I think I've just been just kind of bits and pieces of words, but I don't think there's any sentences here because I get a little distracted. But God, what do I do here? What am I doing with myself? I ate a raw pizza. God. Anyway, like I don't want to just talk about how everyone hates this album because I'll get to it later. I feel like I have to talk about the actual album. You know, I feel like I shouldn't just be like, now Anthony Fantano said this. I feel like I should talk about what I think. I think what I think is that this mixtape is severely overhated. I see nearly no discussion of it online or with anyone who listens to Jaden that I know in person, which, given, is a very small number. But still, most people who do listen to Jaden don't really talk about this project. They mostly talk about Sire, CTV3, sometimes Iris, but I don't really see that much. But this project, to me, kind of, I mean, also in a lower sense, but it really joins Sire and Iris. It has those smooth, sensual moments you'd feel, not sensual, smooth, chill, sad beats you'd expect off Sire, like from songs of 90, Fallen, Lost Boy. You see that on this project with songs like Soho, Play the Sound of Mountain at Sunset, Distant, Yeah, Fallen Part 2. But you also really see these hard-hitting bangers of kind of Sire becoming Iris with songs like Calabasas Freestyle, Plastic, Better Things, 1010. And to me, it's really interesting that you kind of see this duality. I mean, obviously, you also would see it on Sire with songs like Icon and Watch Me. But I feel like, I mean, it's different here. He's using more vocal effects. This song specifically, Plastic, obviously has a lot of vocal effects on it. A Calabasas Freestyle also has his voice is pitched down a bit. That song reminds me a lot of, like his style reminds me a lot of like Earl Sweatshirt, how he's just kind of speaking. Like he's not really following a melody. It's more of a rhythm, and that really reminds me a lot of Earl Sweatshirt. Given I've never really paid too much attention to Earl Sweatshirt, but that's just kind of what I imagine Earl Sweatshirt sounds like. Any Earl Sweatshirt fans listening, I'm sorry. But Jaden is better, and also Cope plus Mauled plus You're White. So yeah. Yeah. What else do I want to say about this? I really like it. In case it isn't clear, I would say that I don't want to get into the best songs. I feel like, obviously, as I mentioned, underappreciated, but also overhated. I remember Fantano gave this a 2. I think it was a 2 out of 10. And I also want to say he even named it his like second least favorite, I think. Second least favorite mixtape either of 2018 or of the decade. But I was just really really surprised. It just didn't really feel like he gave it enough of a chance. I mean, he just hates Jaden. Let's just be honest. Anthony Fantano hates Jaden Smith. Just anything he does, he just shits on. I remember he reviewed one of his newer tracks, Summer, and he said he was ripping off of Cardi. What the fuck? Ah, I am by no means a melon head, but he's a respected name in the industry, so I feel like I always got to keep an ear out for what he's saying. And yeah, I just feel like a lot of people also just see what Fantano says and goes, "Yes, my liege," and just swears by it. So that's why talking about Jaden and especially this mixtape is a bit difficult for me because it stirs up a lot of emotions. But yeah, all right. Do I just talk about songs now? I guess. Sure, why not? Okay. If I was to say my favorite songs, I'm gonna say I definitely should have written this down. Should I limit? I don't think I should really limit myself. I'm gonna say get this out of the way first. My least favorite song is 1010. I skip it 9 times out of 10. 10. It's really not that good. I remember Jaden saying it's his most underrated song. No, come on, come on, Jaden. It's only underrated because no one likes it, and no one likes it because it's bad. So let's get that clear. Just because something is bad does not make it underrated. Um, yeah, definitely not a fan of that one. Way too much vocal effects for me. And just the beat is just really I don't know, like it's just kind of like I just have no words for it. I just fucking hate it. Okay, favorite songs. I'm gonna say Calabasas Freest. Oh wait, hold on. Should I rank these? That'd be an interesting concept, ranking all the songs in the project. I don't think I would. You know what? Sure, why not? So from worst to best, I would say. No, I don't want to do this because then I'm gonna have to do it for every project, and this is a short project, so it's not a big deal. But a longer project, that's a pain in the ass. I have to rank Donda with fucking 30 songs on it. No, I'm not doing that. Okay, I would say my favorites off this album, in no particular order, just order that they appear in, would be a Calabasas freestyle, Play This on a Mountain at Sunset, Distant, Better Things, Yeah Yeah, and Fallen Part 2. Honorable mentions go to Soho. Great song, just a bit overplayed for me personally. But overall, those are my thoughts on the Sunset Tapes. I like it. I know I'm really bad at saying why I like it. I just like the vibes. I like the aesthetic it has. And I don't know, this album just sticks with me. Whether I'm mostly when I'm sad, but when I'm happy too, I feel like I'm always rocking with this project in one way or another. Whether I'm just listening to one song, I'm listening to the whole damn thing. It has a little something for everyone, and I'm just absolutely loving every second of it. And I wish more people saw this vision that I see. And with Jaden taking a hiatus from making music for quite some time now, uh, I think I grow to appreciate more and more this project and all his projects, but this one especially, I feel like I've grown a lot more attached to over the years. Uh, Anything else I wanted to say? Oh, a rating. I'm gonna give this a very solid 8 out of 10. 10/10 is bad. I mean, it's not like bad in the sense that I'm gonna throw up when I listen to it, like some songs I've heard from the reviewing, but it just doesn't fit, and I'm just not rocking with it, frankly. So that is my review of the Sunset Tapes Cool Tape Story by Jaden Smith. I pass the question over to you. Have you heard the Sunset Tapes? Because if not, I highly recommend it. So with that out of the way, thank you all for listening to the Have You Heard podcast. I'm Pablo. I apologize about the extended hiatus that I've taken from the podcast, but things are looking up. Going to try to get back onto a schedule. I believe. Oh no, I don't have an album picked up for next week, but we shall see. School's picking back up, so definitely was not a good time to try and start this again. But that's on me because I took a little personal break. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to say. So yeah, this has been the Heavy Heard Podcast. I'm Pablo, and we'll see you guys next week.